My brothers and sisters in Christ, so often we can be like Samuel is in today's first reading. Despite being a holy man, we can use our human judgments to not only decide upon many things, but to scrutinize, to judge individuals, and indirectly to judge God. In the passage, we hear that as God has condemned Saul, it is time for him to anoint someone else who will be the faithful king. And so Samuel is sent to find David, the son of Jesse. God doesn't tell him which one, just to go and to anoint the son. So Samuel is scrutinizing, and as we hear in the story, he looks upon the one who appears the most impressive and is prepared to anoint him. And God warns him, no, I see into the heart, not as human beings judge and perceive, do I perceive and judge. And this is an important reminder to all of us that, as the old adage goes, God does not call the qualified, but he qualifies those whom he calls. And therefore, we need to suspend our own judgment of one another. And that also means, as he calls us, that we need to put our trust in him. We can hear God's calling of us sometimes and assume, well, God wouldn't ask me to do that. That's beyond my ability. And yet, if God calls us, then he gives us what we need to follow his will. God does not ask the impossible of us. And so, when we need to cultivate a heart that is more open to, first of all, respecting one another, that God not only loves each of us, but bestows his gifts abundantly among us, and that God calls each of us in a unique way and gives to us what is needed to carry out his will. We don't need to doubt the will of God or to look upon one another in doubt, but know that God, in fact, has given every one of us a calling to follow his will. May we put our trust in him that we too have been anointed with the oil of gladness, sealed as priest, prophet, and king in our baptism and in our confirmation. And may we go forth in power to do his will. May God bless you all.